Hey beautiful people, I hope that you are all doing really, really well. Welcome to another pick a card reading. Today's reading is one that's a little bit different. It's one that I'm really excited to be doing. It is one that has been requested by one of my clients who's currently working with me. Her name is Jess. So just to give you some insight, because this will also might be able to help you with the reading as well. So Jess wants to find out what it is that she needs to know about the current transformation she's going through, some insight into her journey, what it is that she needs to be aware of to help with the process, because it can be very challenging, big changes that go on in our lives. Now, please remember this is a very, very general reading. If you would like something that is more tailored to you or a specific situation you are going through, you can find all my details in the description box below. Now, I am going to be showing you 3 different piles of cards to choose from. I also have some destiny cards attached to them. Now, one pile has 2 and the other have 1. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different and get you to go with whatever, for example, if you're having issues with picking a particular pile, maybe go with the words that you feel may resonate with you at this point of time, because that might help you out. So I'm going to pause the video now. I'm going to show you your 3 different decks of cards, and I will see you in a bit. Okay, lovely people. So starting from the left-hand side, this is going to be pile 1. This is going to be pile 2, and this is going to be pile 3. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. If you would like a little bit more time to decide which pile is yours, I'll just get you to pause the video because I'm about to start the readings. Okay, lovely people. So for those of you who have chose this pile, this is pile 1. So the cards, the destiny cards that you got were quite interesting. We have honesty and love. You got 2 cards fall out for you in your pile while I was shuffling. So having a think about these 2 words, what do they mean for you? And also not only what do they mean to you, but how do you feel when you see them, or how do you feel when you hear those words? So we're going to, of course, now start the reading and get some more insight from the cards. But yeah, what I'm really getting here so far is that I feel like there is this energy around being able to be more honest with yourself about love in general. So your own personal love and your own self-worth, alongside maybe connections that you have with others, and whether they're there for your highest good. But let's get into it a little bit more, okay? So with your tarot cards to start with, we have the 2 of Bows, decision. So this current journey that you're on, I feel like a lot of this is about how you make decisions in life, what you do with the power that you have. And I also feel like this is also a message of you not knowing how much power you have. I feel like a lot of you feel that sometimes you don't have you don't have the power to make the decisions that you really want to, but this is saying that you do. I feel like some of you lack that. I feel that this particular pile of cards, or group 1, should I say, that you do have a lot of ambition and a lot of drive, and that you're quite fiery people, but it's almost like you can feel a little bit too overwhelmed at times, and you're just not sure which way to go with particular decisions in your life. And knowing what to put that energy into, I feel as well, which I feel can make it quite frustrating for you. Clarifying, we have the 5 of Stones, endurance. So what I'm really getting here is that this has been a burden for you, I feel, for some time now. But it's also what keeps you going. It's almost like this adrenaline keeps you going, but it also hinders you as well, because it makes you feel very, very isolated and like you don't have the power that you actually do. A lot of it is around, and I mean, this is not, you know, an unknown thing, but a lot of this is around your, you know, your lack of self-confidence and self-love, which hinders you in making the right sort of decision for you, I feel. And I feel that's why you quite often get frustrated. And sometimes you may feel really lonely in the decisions that you make. And you don't have the confidence to move ahead with what it is that you really want to do, decisions that you want to make in your life. There's this real sense of loneliness, and maybe even feeling like other people aren't going through this, or other people don't see your power, or other people don't respect you as much as you want to be respected. But this is really talking about as well having that self-respect for yourself. I feel that sometimes you can feel a little bit too sorry for yourself, and I mean that with all good intention. And I feel like you're getting at a place now where you're starting to see that it's only really you that can really shift this. Your next card we have is 10 of Stones. I feel that quite often you don't feel at home, and I feel like home for you as well is something that's really, really important. Feeling grounded is really important to you, and feeling like you have enough. So whether this means feeling like you have, just on a practical level as well. So I feel like you're the type of people that like to have really nice surroundings. You like to have a nice home. You like to be able to not worry about money, and this is a major focus for you. And I don't know whether this, because it you know, this is a lot of this is going to be around the way you were brought up, of course, and there's many other layers we could go through, but just to keep it really simple here, part of your transformation, I feel, is being able to really stabilize yourself. That's not the best English, but to really know that you can bring stability to yourself. And that I feel that having a good home and feeling not only just one with yourself, but one with where you are and your surroundings is really, really important. Clarifying this, we have the Queen of Bows, hair. So I feel that sometimes it's more fire energy. I feel that sometimes you think you make decisions too quickly, I feel, as well. And you really need to ground yourself more. You make decisions quickly, but sometimes it might sound like I'm contradicting myself here, because I said in the beginning that you find it difficult to make decisions or to make the right decisions, okay? And because I feel like a lot of it is around people pleasing as well. But this is really talking about you needing to really ground yourself, and also putting the energy that you have, all this fiery energy of being ambitious and being really wanting to move forward with your life and feeling more stable. I feel like that needs to be poured more into your environment, your home, the people that you immerse yourself with, because there's this feeling of anxiety alongside the amount of ambition that you have as well. And I feel, and as I said before, you kind of feel like you're alone with this. And sometimes you just get really down about it. It really upsets you. but at the same time, you want to be able to push forward to make a really nice environment for yourself. We then have the Eight of Arrows, struggle. This is just really reiterating what I was saying before, that I feel that you often feel like you're alone, but the thing is, you're not really, and you are able to do this. You do struggle a lot with being able to make decisions, as I said before, being able to move forward and feeling as if you can do this yourself. I feel like a lot of you as well, take it as it resonates, because there's going to be a few people watching this, quite often rely on what other people think or rely on energy from other people rather than really listening to yourself and what it is that you need. You struggle to do that, and so therefore you get really caught in your head, and then you feel like it's just a really big mission that you cannot succeed in. Clarifying, we have the mirror. Yes. So because you're so stuck in your subconscious, because you're so stuck in what you believe things are, you sort of just, you aren't able to move forward. And I feel like a lot of you are just in limbo and just live very much in the past. And when you're living in the past, if you believe in the power of manifestation, if you're continuously living in the past and thinking about the past, then it's what you're going to continue to experience. I feel like some of you as well compare yourself to others, what other people think, as I said before, which makes it really isolating for you as well. It makes you feel that you're alone, and I feel that you really need to start doing some more groundwork and thinking about the people that are around you and your environment. You have a lot more power than you think that you do, because you have endured a lot. I feel like this particular group of people have probably gone through quite a few struggles, especially in regards to maybe how you were brought up or the environment you've been living in or working in. And you get quite stressed out and overwhelmed by things. There's this, you've got quite a bit of fire in here. So I hope that this is helpful for you, pile one. I am also going to get one more card for you as a final word of advice for you. So bear with me. I'm going to pause the video and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, pile one. So I had 3 cards fall out, so I've taken them for you, and I've just remembered your cards as well about love and honesty. Okay. So this is all going to come together in a second when I explain it to you. So we have the 8 of Swords again. So this is really about you needing to get away from this energy of feeling trapped, because it's yourself that's trapping yourself here. This person can very easily walk away from this situation, but they're not. And I just feel like it's this repeating cycle. We also had the Tower, which is a major arcana. So this is really talking about big upheavals needing to happen. And also what I'm getting here is that if this is not, that you really need to push past this. You really need to be honest with yourself. You really need to give yourself the love that you try to give other people and that you try to get from other people. Because, sorry, I hope that makes sense. Because if you haven't already had this Tower moment, it's going to happen. And I feel like you've probably had this Tower moment several times in your life already, where things get to sort of boiling point because you're not honest with yourself and you're not honest with others about what it is that you really need. And so then you end up just crashing and burning. And you get disappointed and you focus too much on the disappointments rather than the power you have, the 2 cups that you have here. And I feel that then you run dry as well. There's not much water in this picture. You run dry, and you keep ruminating on things that do not work out for you. Your ascended masters we have is crystals. So this is really talking about the power of crystals and the healing powers that they have. If you have some crystals, I would suggest that maybe you use them as part of your healing process. If you don't have any crystals and you're considering getting some, selenite is a really good crystal to get. It cleanses you. I feel like a lot of you, your intuition is really blocked as well because you're very trapped in your head. And I just keep getting that you've got a lot of fire energy. You've got this real want to move forward and to transform, but that's what's actually causing a lot of resistance for you as well. So it's about shifting that energy from resistance to just going with the flow a little bit more and just allowing things to happen, and also being very honest with yourself about the love that you have for yourself, the love that you have for others, connections that you have with others. Are they for your highest good? Are they helping you grow? Are they helping you with your transformation, or do you need to reassess them? Because remember, you had the 10 of stones as one of your cards, which is about your environment as well. You need to be grounding yourself a little bit more. All right, pile 1, I hope that resonated for you. Please feel very free to leave feedback and comments below. Thank you so much for your ongoing love and support. Lots of love, light, and blessings. Okay, those of you who chose pile 2, humility, this is your reading. So humility as your destiny card. This is pretty cool. Humility, it is what it is, right? So this is really about humbling yourself, grounding yourself. But let's have a look at what the cards say, because it will all come together. First up, we have the Empress. Okay, so there can be many reasons, yes, meanings behind this, but I'm just going to go with what I'm getting first up, and that is that this is a big transformation for you, in that I feel like this is going to help you to get more in your power. Man or woman, doesn't matter. Once you've gone through this transformation, I really feel like you are going to be more balanced in how you see others, how you see yourself. You're going to be a lot more nurturing. You're going to be able to control your emotions a lot more. The Empress is man or woman. You can't go any higher than that. People are going to be putting you on a pedestal, and I think people already do put you on a pedestal. But it's funny how you had humility as well. I'm also picking up that some of the transformation that you're going through may be linked to your mother or some sort of woman in your life that you've been very heavily influenced by. So it's about taking the positive aspects of that energy or that person. Okay, clarifying the Empress, we have the King of Swords. Okay, so this I feel indicates, and this is just what I'm picking up, I feel that this is also about coming out of being too much like the King of Swords. So man or woman, it doesn't matter. King of Swords energy, I feel when it's unbalanced, is a little bit too harsh, a little bit too rash. Okay, so I feel like it's really being able to find the balance of both of these energies, where you're going to be in such a more balanced place, honestly, is all I can say. You're going to be taking on both of these energies, feminine and masculine. Sorry. I also feel like a lot of you as well might be working through stuff that issues or energies around your father or a male figure. Hi, Luna. But yeah, there's this real need to balance these two energies out, but you will end up being more in this energy at the end of your transformation, which is wonderful. Sorry. But yes, as I said before, there's this, I feel like you already own parts of these elements within yourself, but as I said before, it's about really balancing them out. And I think it has a lot to do with the male, your father and your mother, whether they're alive or not, the energies that you've gotten from them, and maybe unhealed energies from them, and being able to really process that. The High Priest. Wow. Major Arcana, your second major arcana. So this is really telling me that part of this process and transformation you're going through is going to be making you question your morals and values, and also how you judge and see other people's morals and values, because I feel like a lot of this is about you judging other people against what your belief system is. But I feel like this will resonate for some people and not for others. Another message I'm getting here though is this is about you maybe re-questioning your morals and beliefs, what your values are, what your higher good is. And this is major. Balancing out. It's funny, we were talking about balance before between the masculine and the feminine, but balancing between the conscious and the subconscious, which is the masculine and the feminine again, because I'm really getting drawn to these two keys. So yes, the key to this is balancing those two elements out. Shadow sides as well, you know, what you see clearly, what you don't see clearly. Okay, clarifying the High Priest, we have the Queen of Swords, right? How funny is that? Because he had the King of Swords before. So yes, being really clear with yourself about what your belief system is. And I feel as well that there's just this feeling about judging others against what their belief systems are and their way of living and being. And I feel like part of this transformation is going to be about you needing to be okay with that. You needing to be at peace with that, and not be coming across as too judgmental or as too cold when it comes to people sharing the deeper sides of their lives with you. The way you see people, you may see people and in your head go, oh, you know, I really don't think what they're doing is right, you know, but, you know, you're judging people, and anyone that says that they don't judge people is lying, right? Because we all judge people. I judge people as well, but what I always say to myself and to people that are going through this, it's what you do with that judgment, you know, and making sure that you check yourself before you wreck yourself. And I really feel that that's a big message here for you as well. Making sure that whatever belief systems are that you have, that you don't try and push them on others, that you can stay strong to what you believe in, but making sure that you're gentle and respecting what other people's belief systems are as well. And also keeping the boundaries, having strong boundaries around what your belief systems are. And if people are not, you know, respecting what it is that you value and respecting what it is that you want, that you just make sure you keep those boundaries very clear, but you're gentle with how you keep them clear as well, if that makes sense. And respecting other people's beliefs as well, being open to it, and thinking a little bit more objectively and seeing two sides rather than just how you see things. which is really exhausting in itself, okay? But it's a good lesson to learn. All right, so your next two cards you have the Four of Cups. So a lot of your journey is going to be about, you know, being able to move past disappointment that you've had in the past. I think you're going to be doing a lot of inner child healing as well, which is a given. I don't know whether you had like an imaginary friend as a child, but I feel that you do have, and I'm going to be honest with you because I feel like most of you watching this video are going to be really open-minded, that you have support next to you. I feel that, but not on a 3D level. I feel like you have a spirit guide or an angel or whatever it is that you want to call it, maybe one of your ancestors. You have someone very, very close to you that is able to help you, and you just need to ask them for that help, is what I'm getting here as well. We have the mermaid here, and mermaids are mythical creatures, right? So there's something here about, I don't know, I just keep getting being told something about you having a childhood imaginary friend, or there's something around childhood healing that needs to be done. I also feel like as a child you were probably quite disappointed by other things that hadn't worked out for you, and I feel that sometimes you would stay in this energy a lot, thinking about what things hadn't worked out for you, thinking that things, wishing and hoping that things were more magical, okay? But it's not really how it is, but it's also how magical you make your life yourself rather than relying on others to do that. But the biggest message I'm getting here too is being able to let go of disappointments from the past. Clarifying, we have the Nine of Swords, because this brings you a lot of stress. A lot of your stress comes from things that have disappointed you, things that haven't worked out the way that you wanted them to. And I also get the feeling that you want people to recognize this as well, that you want people to be taking responsibility for maybe how they disappointed you in the past, but that's, you know, you're not always going to get that from people. So it's being able to soothe that inner child yourself as well, because I feel like a lot of you lose sleep over this. If you feel like you're someone that experiences not being able to sleep properly or insomnia, it's because of this. It's because you haven't worked through and healed the disappointments that you have had in the past. And I think I said this before, but it's almost like you just expect people, you've just been disappointed by so many people, and it causes a lot of anxiety and stress for you. And as I said before, the other messages, I feel like there is someone very, very close to you, not physically, but close to you, that is able to help you through this process as well. So it's really about asking whoever you know that is, okay? So whether it's a spirit guide, whether it's an angel, whether it's an ancestor, but there is someone around you, even if you don't know what it is, just asking them to help would be helpful. Now, we have another card of advice. Judgments. This is a really big awakening for you, pile 2. So the people that are going through these changes, they are major changes that are going to bring major changes, right? So this is really good. This is an awakening. This is Judgment Day. This is your time to rise. This is time for you to get rid of ghosts from the past that no longer serve you, that you don't need in your life anymore in order for you to emerge and awaken. Beautiful. Your Ascended Masters is flow of prosperity. This is really nice. So I think everything that you're all the things that you're now working on, once they've started clearing more, you're going to see more of a flow of prosperity in your life on a big level, through monetary things, just through, you know, prosperity doesn't just have to be material things, but a lot of things are going to flow better for you once you're able to start working through this and letting go of what it is that you need to let go of. There's big changes ahead for you guys. So pile 2, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope that it's been able to clarify some things for you. Before I let you go, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you do want to do some work with me on a deeper level, I am a Reiki Master. I'm also a life coach. And you can find all my details in my website about what it is that I do. The details are in the description box below. All my social media platforms are on there as well if you wish to follow me on there. If you haven't yet subscribed, that would be awesome. If you want to give this video a thumbs up, that would be cool too. If you think someone might get something out of it, please feel free to share it as well. Thank you so much, Pile 2. Lots of love, light, and blessings. Okay, beautiful people. For those of you who chose pile 3, leadership, this is your pile of cards. This is going to be a very interesting reading, I feel. The Osho cards are always very interesting. They're always deep. But let's get into it. So yes, leadership is your destiny card. So some of you may work in leadership role. Some of you may be here to be leaders. Maybe some of you need to have a break from being a leader. Whatever resonates for you, you will know what that means for you, okay? But let's have a look at your cards. So to start off, we have past lives. I feel that a lot of you are struggling with what is going on at the moment, because I feel like you're dealing with a lot, and I feel like some of you feel like you cannot see properly, overburdened. You don't know what's going to happen next. Maybe like you're standing in a black room and you don't know where the light is what I'm picking up here. Really overwhelmed. But as I always say, this is part of the process. I feel as well that some of you have connections with people that aren't that great, that aren't serving you as well. But you also have a lot of people who are quite supportive, and I feel that sometimes you're unable to really decipher between who is a good support and who isn't. And I think the best way to really decipher that is to see how your body feels when you're around particular people. So if you start feeling anxious around particular people, they're probably not the best people to be around. You know, when you feel happy around particular people, that's the people that you need to be spending more time around or with, because they're in a higher vibration, and that's what you need to be able to work through this. There's fear with this progression. There's fear with this transformation. And I feel like some of you may be close to maybe just going, this is too hard, or you don't want to do this, or you just don't know where to go next. So this I feel is going to help you. And remember as well that you are your own leader. I feel like some of you have a leadership role with work as well. Anyway, so we have the outsider clarifying this. Yes, I feel that a lot of you feel like you're probably really alone in this change, in this transition in your life, which is very normal. With big changes, you can feel like you're the only one going through this. And maybe you've been struggling with this for a while. Maybe it's very difficult for you to find like-minded people as well. But you're going to be able to work through this and grow through this. And I'm not just saying this to say it. It's because I feel it, because I'm very, very drawn to the picture of this child here. So you're probably feeling like this, locked out, and you're sort of looking at all these colorful lights, but not able to decipher what they are. And I just feel like what the child represents is that this really is growth for you, in that you're going to feel stronger once you get through this. You're going to feel more whole and complete and like a leader, like the leader that I feel that you should be. Okay, next we have completion. This is beautiful. So this is a major arcana. You've had 2 major arcanas now, and completion is really talking about this being something that is going to, it's kind of what I said before. This is, you're going to feel a lot more whole once you can get past the fear of this progression. Pieces of the puzzle are going to start to come together, and I feel like this is the missing puzzle piece that you've been waiting for, is to be able to let go of the fear of what needs to happen in order for this change to happen, because it is happening and it's going to happen. This, in the traditional Rider-Waite, for those of you who are tarot readers or know a little bit about tarot, this is the World, which is all about new cycles and new beginnings. You just need to be able to get through that fear. You need to be your own leader and push yourself through this fear. Okay, clarifying completion, we have fighting. Don't try to fight this, okay? Try to also, I feel like maybe at times you may feel a little bit agitated by this or a little bit overwhelmed. Try to not get too carried away by this. Try to remain out of your head and try and be in your body a little bit more. Try not to, if you're feeling a little bit triggered, maybe just try and do something, not to sweep it under the rug, what you're feeling, but to express it in another way. So if you're feeling a little bit angry or a little bit frustrated or stressed during this change, you really need to just be able to, maybe go for a run or punch a pillow or do something that's more positive and that's not going to hurt someone else. And I don't mean hurt someone on a physical level, but sometimes our words can be a little bit too harsh, or how we come across can be, how we express ourselves can be a little bit too harsh. And it's not because we mean it intentionally, it's just because things can be a little bit overwhelming for us. And sometimes we don't feel heard, and so we can get really quite frustrated. So just be really careful with that, okay? The next card I have for you is healing. This is beautiful. So this is really talking about the fact that you are going to heal from this. Not only are you going to heal from this, but I also feel that some of you might need to do some work with your heart chakra. I feel like a lot of you have got a lot of love inside that's pent up, that you may have over time built up walls around your heart or walls around you, just to be able to feel like you can control yourself and so that you don't get hurt. And that's understandable. A lot of people do this, but this is really about needing to heal this. This is really about being able to, and this is being highlighted because the 2 hands are here, talking about staying out of your head. It's focusing on the heart space and living more in your heart space. Trusting your intuition as well is what I'm getting here. But yes, working on your heart space and really healing that. So you can either do that through getting a healing, or you can do that through like a guided meditation to balance out all your chakras. Because if your heart chakra is out of balance, every other chakra is probably going to be out of balance as well. This is also talking about being kinder to yourself, kinder to others, being able to control your emotions a little bit more. And I feel that part of this journey for you as well is that you're going to be able to control your emotions more. which is really, really helpful. And when I use the term control your emotions, I don't mean not feel them, but know how to display them more appropriately and be able to do it in a more free-flowing way is what I pick up here, because I feel like a lot of you spend a lot of time in your head and worrying about and just living in a lot of fear, okay? And that's what is blocking this transition that needs to happen, because it does need to happen for you guys to live, you know, a nicer life. And this is a message for everyone in general, right? But especially for you. We then have the Fool. This is really beautiful as your clarifier. So your new journey is definitely based around being able to be more loving and compassionate with yourself firstly, and that will enable you to be more compassionate with others, right? And this is going to be a whole new journey for you that you're going to be going on. And some of you are going to feel like you're taking a big risk doing this, but sometimes we've got to take risks, right? There's no change without change. There's no change without movement. So you're going to be starting from zero, which is beautiful, the beginning of a journey. Don't be afraid of this. Just allow yourself to leap into it, to go with the flow. Don't fight this transition. Make sure if at times you feel frustrated that you do something with that frustration. Don't take it out on other people, okay? And remember to be gentle with yourself. You may feel really vulnerable as well during this point of time. And sometimes we feel like it's safer just to not go there, to not make the movement, to not make the progression. Because as funny as it sounds, and I think you guys will know what I'm trying to say here, sometimes people stay in the loop that they do because even though they're unhappy, it's comfortable, you know. And it's really about being able to know how to let go of control and just enjoy the process rather than trying to have to know what is going to happen all the time. I'm going to get you one more word of advice from a separate pile of cards. Okay, Page of Cups. This is interesting. So yeah, this is some more water. This is about being soft to yourself, letting others support you as well. And kind words to others go a long way as well. Just small things, small kind words go a long way, even if you're in a leadership role. This is especially important when you're in a leadership role. Obviously, you have to have that balance. You can't be people's best friends all the time, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. Okay, pile 3, your Ascended Masters is you are seeing this situation accurately. Horus, nice. So what it is that you're feeling about this situation is correct. The messages that you're getting in this reading are messages that you've needed to hear. I'm going to read this meaning out to you as well. Okay. Trust your intuition and gut feelings. Ignore critics, naysayers, or skeptics. Avoid situations or relationships that don't feel right to you. Only you know what is correct for you. That is right. Okay, pile 3, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it has given you some clarity, some insight. If you would like a personal reading, or if you'd like to check out my other services that I offer, the link to my website is below alongside all my social media platforms if you want to follow me there. Please feel free to share this video. If you haven't yet subscribed, that would be awesome. And also feel very free to leave feedback and comments below. Thank you so much, pile 3. Lots of love and light.